Hello guys, what's going on and welcome. We've got another episode from Lane to Lane. I believe we're on 16 now. And for this one, we're going to be watching a pub featuring Weehaw. He's going to be over here on the mid lane, Leshrac. Recent pickup of Team Secrets. So, going to be kind of a fun game to check out for sure. Leshrac, doing Leshrac things. I'm sure Weehaw will have an easy time mid lane. But I'm pretty excited for this one. So, not all that long, about a 40-minute long game. So, won't be sitting in for, over an hour like some of the other ones. But definitely looked like it was a little bit of back and forth. And a pretty fun game nonetheless, I expect. Actually, look at this. We've already got the Bounty Hunter getting quite aggressive right here. Weehaw. Looks like he does have a sentry on him. If he does want to place that down, maybe somewhere around the rune, probably just going to keep it for mid lane. And we'll see how he chooses to use these tangos, because that's going to be very important in netting him a potential of getting one of these sentries early on here. But the Bounty Hunter certainly does have sentries of his own, and we've got one strong hero on both teams at the very least. We've got Bounty and Leshrac on both teams. I'd say Earthshaker and Windrunner, both notable mentions here as well in terms of fairly strong heroes. There's a Legion Commander here. Going to be interesting to see how she plays this. I believe it looks like it's going to be dual lanes. Meanwhile, it looks like Clockwork actually going to go for this rune. And look at how much damage he's taking. Just going to have to leave right away. And what a waste of time and HP that was. Could have just probably blocked the creep wave there and saved himself a little bit of time. As looks like Weehaw gonna get his block served to him a little bit from this silencer here, as we'll just pull up the last hits here and keep an eye on who really starts dominating the lanes. It will be Windrunner up against the Leshrac here. Windrunner, not the biggest fan of this mashup. Can't really do much with Windrun in terms of dodging anything, as does look like Bounty is pinging out the mid lane here. We do have a salve getting ferried out for both heroes, so a sentry ward not actually shown for Weehaw, or perhaps not wanting to place it just yet. Looks like may have to drop that before his tango gets denied here, as he does do so. And looks like the Bounty Hunter is up in here. It looks like, is he going to be able to tango it first? It looks like they both get the tango down. And there's the rotation in from the Earthshaker. Are they going to be able to get the Windrunner here? Weehaw taking a very favorable position in order to prevent her from running out here. And now maybe the Bounty Hunter is going to be the next target. But no, he just turns, doesn't even decide to run here. Now, Windrunner does salve up, and Weehaw's got to be a little bit careful here. They're both level 2. He does have the lightning, but he's going to have to back up and salve up himself. So the Earthshaker, or excuse me, the Earth Spirit, staying around mid lane. Doesn't want to give too much up over here. They do spend the sentry, and now it is going to be a little bit safer for the Bounty Hunter to try and pressure out this lane. He is moving up. He's going to hit Weehaw soon here. Meanwhile, Legion Commander getting the first blood in the off lane, I believe, here. So a nice little pickup from her. It is a dual lane, but they still managed to get that. So nice little pickup here, as we do see the power shot out mid lane. And BK20 getting a little bit low there, but Legion Commander getting that first blood. Would have liked to see how that one happened, but she's going to hit a nice early level 2.5, almost level 3, at about the same time that he's going to hit level 2 over here on this Troll Warlord. So, nice little pickup from her. It's always great to slow down a hero like a Troll Warlord who is so reliant on snowballing, perhaps getting an early Roshan, something like that. So, if you can slow that down, it's certainly going to help out your game here, and definitely going to be pretty good, as Weehaw is leading the CS here, 8 for 2. Meanwhile, bot lane, Clockwork versus the Clinks here. Going to be a pretty fairly tough matchup. Pretty fairly tough matchup here for our Clockwork player, as the Clinks should be able to harass him out quite well, especially once he finishes that Basilius up, which looks like he hasn't done just yet. Does have the Sage's Mask, though, for a little bit of regen. It looks like now Clockwork, oh, if only he had the Battery Assault, could potentially get a kill over here on the Clinks, but not going to be able to hit invis units with it anyway, so no big deal there. So we do get a somewhat of a side pull over here from Spint. He's got to be a little bit careful. There's the overwhelming odds here from the Legion Commander, doing so much damage right now, and it looks like that's going to be the end of it. Not going to be able to chase too much after that. We do still have the Mango, so she's going to benefit from that regen, as well as from the burst mana if she needs it for another overwhelming odds. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Looks like she is going to get the pull as well as the stack at the same time here, which is always good. Going to maybe get it nice, waiting for that projectile and just edging out to the creep wave. They're going to be able to get the most out of it. And it looks like we have rotated to a tri-lane top here, as Sandfish is going to leave that mid lane. They do see this pull, and it doesn't actually stack, and there's another overwhelming odds being thrown out. It looks like maybe they're going to go over here on a spin. Is he in tower range? No, Sandfish is alright. It looks like 23 member stars is going to be the next fight here, and it looks like he's going to go down, and nice little kill. Does at the very least save the Legion Commander from dying here, but Weehaw mid lane is getting quite a bit of damage out. The Windrun going to prevent any right click damage, and not going to be able to follow up on that. So it does still have the lightning, but not going to be enough to secure a kill here as top lane. It looks like the Bounty Hunter is over here by the rune. Does scout out Sandfish mid. Let's have a sentry ward up on the cliff there. They're expecting a high ground ward, but not going to find it. As it is on the opposite side of the river here. So both teams with a river ward. A little bit of lag coming out, it seems, for the Earthshaker, for the Earth Spirit, as looks like Windrunner is getting quite aggressive here on a Weehaw, and Weehaw is being very aggressive himself. Is going to land the stun during the Windrun duration there, but just going to bottle up. Bounty Hunter going to do bounty things and cancel it. Weehaw not going to opt to waste the mana on that. Really knows that there's no reason to. Bot lane, Clinks is starting to pull out ahead quite well here. The 1v1 isn't that bad for the Clockwork. He can use the Flare, especially with that regen rune. Going to be able to get a lot of CS here without being all too worried. Nice little deny over here from the Clinks, who does have the 3 points into the Searing Arrow now, and will start doing quite a bit of damage over here to Bit if he decides to just right click him a few times. Looks like he's going to use it a little bit on this catapult here. The Flare doing quite a bit of damage over here as well. We do only have the Soul Ring up here for the Clinks, not opting for the Basilius here. Meanwhile, top lane, it looks like Spence gonna get gone on over here from the Legion Commander. Just needs maybe one proc from her passive. Is it gonna be enough? She's chasing so deep right now. Do we have anything from Spence? Not enough. It looks like he's gonna go down. Meanwhile, Legion Commander in a very precarious position right now behind the tower. It looks like the Lich is pinging him out right now. He is tanking some of the tower as well. Looks like he's probably gonna go down just barely. Yeah, the last tower shot gonna be enough to kill him here. And does have enough to spend on the Ring of Regen if he wants to buy it. Meanwhile, BK20 does rotate to this bot lane. Gonna start soaking up some of this EXP as well as farm, as the Clinks does use the Death Pact. It looks like they do want to go onto Bit Clockwork here. And he does get the cogs though, but it's not going to be enough. He's not going to have the cogs to save himself. And there's the battery assault. Not going to be enough. He's going to go down in a nice pickup from the Clinks after having a fairly even lane that he probably would have hoped to be a little bit better. They do now know that there's a ward here, and the lightning, is it going to be enough? No, not going to be enough. We are not going to be able to secure that kill. Meanwhile, top lane, a lot of heroes just standing around here. Only level 3 over here on this Earth Spirit, although we do have a level 5 on this Silencer, so he's going to be quite happy with his levels here, as we've almost got level 6 on this Legion Commander. Does go for the overwhelming odds max. Not really any other build that you would want to grab here, as Weehaw mid lane still not doing too bad. 29 for 7 here. Going to be rotating to this top rune. See what he's going to be able to grab there, as Bit roaming around the jungle here. Bot does throw out the flare. Not going to find a hook though. Looks like he maybe wanted to go on a Bit who didn't have the mana for it. Meanwhile, he's actually going to go for the hook over here on a Clinks, and he's got the dust as well. I believe this is going to be a kill. Can Clinks get out of this one? It looks like maybe, just maybe, he's got the Aquila, a little bit of bonus armor and such, but not going to be able to do so. Bit's going to go under tower for the final few hits, and that's going to be a dead Clinks. So just returning that early gank on him, he's going to turn around and throw the hook out and get a kill under the Clinks. That's going to really give him the space he needs. He does grab his level 7 off of that as well, so that's fairly important here. The lightning, not going to decide to throw it out here. Doesn't really need it to secure that CS, and it's going to be a lot of pressure early on from this Clinks. Weehaw's going to have to be very careful himself here. Probably going to be looking for a Yule Scepter, especially if this Clinks is going to be grabbing an Orchid here. He's definitely going to want that Yule's to purge off the silence to perhaps keep him safe for a little bit longer, and we'll have to see what he's going to want to grab here. As Clinks starts to rotate top, it looks like they maybe want to make it go on a spin, but they've got the Sentry, and they know he's here now, so very important that they know he's here. Are we going to see a rotation top? It looks like he's getting pinged out like crazy over here on the Troll Warlord, and they know, so this Clinks does actually go top, but now he's decided, no, you know what, it seems like they know what's up, I'm gonna go mid, and now it looks like maybe, just maybe, this Earth Spirit is gonna be caught out, not gonna land the shackle, but look at the damage from the Clinks. Weehaw's gonna show up as well. There's the lightning, but he's gotta be careful, he's gonna go down as well. There's the rotation in from Bit on the Clockwork, but a double kill to the Windrunner means she's gonna be quite happy with how this mid lane ended up turning out, despite the fact that she was a little bit behind here. 24 for 4 up against the 34 for 11. Does manage to get that kill, and perhaps they're going to pressure this tower. She doesn't have the ultimate. She doesn't want to use it, so unfortunately for her, not going to be able to get that. Meanwhile, there's another hook over here onto the Clinks, and it looks like Bit's going to go for it, but there's the shackle, going to lash to the tree, and that's the Earth Spirit coming in as well. Going to be able to get the kill over here on the Clinks. Not going to be enough for the mischance up on the high ground, and Clockwork going to be pretty happy with that one, or excuse me, not happy with that one, as would really hope for that mischance, and the Windrunner going to get a killing spree now. So 3 kills within about 2 minutes for her. Going to help propel her to her next item is going to be the Phase Boots. We'll see if she opts to go for the Aghanim Scepter or perhaps the Maelstrom before that to help fight a little bit earlier on alongside this Clinks, who doesn't manage to pick up another item himself, as does die. So if he does want to go for an Orchid, it's going to be a little bit delayed here, as we do have the Sentry Ward here. And Bounty Hunter looks like he's going for the steal, and it looks like he isn't going to get it. Did he get it there? Looks like that was orange, actually. The colors are so similar. I'm not 100% sure. Looks like he wants to make a go over here onto this Troll Warlord. They are going to throw the slow over here onto the Legion Commander. She does have her ultimate. Not going to be able to spend it thanks to the silencer, though. And now Troll Warlord getting a little bit aggressive. Knows he can be this aggressive, though, as nobody's nearby. Meanwhile, BK20 looks like he's going to make the chase for the kill. Not going to be able to catch up here. Has 5 more move speed, but it looks like the Troll Warlord's just going to go all the way home. And they do plant another sentry down, watching out for this Bounty Hunter. Meanwhile, mid lane, WeeHa really securing his CS lead here. Just manages to eke out on top of the Clinks, who looks like he is rotating, and they do know. No, they don't know he's here. That's actually not their sentry ward. Clink's going to go for the Observer ward here, and he is going to grab it. Looks like he's going to be finishing treads himself here, as there's the bottle trick. Going to trade up the bottle here for the Windrunner. Does actually, oh no, does mess it up a little bit here. I think he used the bottle on himself, and a little bit odd there, but does at least get a little bit out of that bottle. Meanwhile, over here, it looks like BK20 nearby WeeHa. He's got to be a little bit careful. Going to take damage here. Could get the courier, perhaps. Not going to be able to. Wait, maybe. No, it's turning around. There it is. The courier's going to go down. And unfortunately, they are going to get the snipe. And look who else is here. It's the Clinks. Going to be able to secure a kill as well. So they do at least trade for the Bounty Hunter. But the Clinks, more importantly, is going to start getting into his gold and getting into his power creep, as he's going to get stronger and stronger as he gets these next few items. The treads, perhaps the Orchid, could look just for a Crystallis here and start to blow up some heroes. On top of that, is level 8, so does manage to find his levels. Clockwork, though, actually just about level 9 here, so he's doing fairly well for himself as well, looking for anybody TPing down to this lane. But oddly enough, they're giving him the space to pressure this tower, and maybe they're alright with that, as Clockwork probably should be looking to get a little bit of work done with this hook here. But if he can get a faster level 11, I'm sure he's going to be quite happy with that. Only another 1600 EXP necessary before he can do so. Meanwhile, top lane, looks like we're running into a fight. McGee here's got to be a little bit careful. Looks like he's going to go down. Was there a duel spent at any point? It looks like no. Meanwhile, Spent is over here, and looks like this Earth Spirit's not far off, but not going to be able to do much on top of that. So a little bit of odd rotations from this Troll Warlord. And Clinks taking towers, doing what Clinks does best here. Does have the Death Pact bonus damage as well. Does have the Soul Ring if he needs to spend it. Actually going to get Clarity'd up here from the Windrunner. Meanwhile, DD is picked up by WeeHa. We'll see if he's going to want to make it used anywhere. It looks like just bot tower. Doesn't have a TP to rotate. It looks like he will be going for the Yule Scepter himself, and there it is. The ult from the Windrunner is going to be popped. The ult from the Troll Warlord being used as well, just to help secure these few creeps in the jungle here. He's got to be careful when there's so many Invis units roaming around. Looks like they do know, perhaps, that the Bounty Hunter is here. He does spot out the Earth Spirit. And going to try and play a little bit aggressive up against him. Ward not going to spot out. And they could go to get him behind the tower. More importantly, though, the Bounty Hunter does manage to find his 6. And the track gold could be enough to help secure some kills. It looks like they're going to make a go. Is it going to be enough? One more right click. Oh, look at that. 20 HP. He's going to bottle up. Looks like no. They're even going to spend the Lich ulti. Is that enough, though? Yes, it is. So there's the track gold. Meanwhile, the hooking from the Clockwork as well as the global should be enough to secure the kill over here onto the Clinks. Do they have the dust ready? They did already use it, I believe. No, they've got the dust for the Bounty Hunter if they need to use it. There's the bottle up. They don't have the Lich ultimate. Looks like he's going to be the next target. The track up over on a WeeHa. Going to give him a little bit of move speed over here on the Bounty Hunter, as Mario player going to rotate up in the jungle. Not going to be able to do much though, so he's going to have to back off, and that seems like it's going to be the end of it here. WeeHa looks like he is going to be looking for the rune. Has to be careful, though. Mario player is here, and WeeHa is tracked up. Do you want to give away that track? No. Misses the shackle, actually. Now it looks like Mario player could be the one getting killed. There's the Invis rune. Going to be enough to get the kill, and now WeeHa, maybe they can go over here and get a kill onto this Bounty Hunter. He's got the move speed that he needs, and it looks like WeeHa is so close. Is he going to go down? Maybe, just maybe the last tick. Is it going to be enough? No. He's not going to go down. Barely getting out. WeeHa, I'm sure, wished that he had enough mana for his ultimate there. Probably would have gotten the kill, as the flare from the Clockwork. Is it going to find him? Looks like no. Flare was used somewhere just over here on the creep wave. Not going to go for the play, as the courier does finally respawn. They do have a couple wards on it, so they will be able to finally ferry those out here and maybe make some use out of that, as there is a flare mid here. Looks like the Clinks is running up as well. A nice shackle onto the Earth Spirit. He's going to go down. The Silencer sticking around for maybe a little bit too long. Has to be careful here. One right click from the Clinks is so much damage. WeeHa, though, probably going to be able to catch up this Lich. Maybe, though, he's getting a little bit afraid. There's the medallion on him. Mario player looks like there's the shackle. The ult from the Windrunner doing so much damage thanks to that medallion here. And the Clinks is still going. Looks like he is going to call it quits after that one, but they will pressure this tower, and they should potentially be able to get it. There's the dominating on Leshrac, and that actually going over to the Bounty Hunter, I believe. And yeah, we'll go to him. So if we take a look at the net worth, he is leading over on the Leshrac as well as on the Clinks here. So nice leads for them. About 5k. Clinks not far off. Windrunner not far off herself either. Especially This Leshrac being dead for another 15 seconds. Going to be pretty tough for him to catch up on his farm or try to stay ahead on his farm here. As we do have a Legion Commander dueling dueling Bit over here. He's got to be a little bit careful though. They will be able to secure this kill, but not going to be able to get the dual damage off of it. They do have the blink now on this Legion Commander, and really, you would have hoped that you can get some dual damage off that. You do at least get a kill showing off the blink here. There's the track. It looks like they are pinging out something here. Weehaw perhaps pinging out that he did spend the ward. Doesn't look like he wants to fight here. Meanwhile, in the jungle, it looks like there's a little bit of a fight. It looks like the Clinks and the Troll Warlord want to make it go at it. A little bit of lag here. Not sure what's going on. Is he going to be able to get the kill? Looks like he will. Silencer coming up. Not going to be able to get the curse, though. And it looks like now the Lich is the next target here. But the Silencer could turn around, maybe get the last word onto the Clinks here. No, doesn't have it. Is he going to spend Global to help keep him alive a little bit longer? They're going under tower. There's the Global. The right clicks. Is it going to be enough from the Lich? I don't believe so. Clinks, though, going to be able to secure the last right click here. I'd imagine diving very far under tower. Silencer going to be able to get a kill, though. So he's going to be pretty confident with that one. At least trading 1 for 1. Bounty Hunter, Weehaw does see him for a little bit there, but not for too much longer here. He is going to dip out of the sentry range, and I don't believe they know it's here yet. So Weehaw could look to get a kill off of this, and he does see the Bounty Hunter just now. There's the lightning, there's the stun, and it looks like Bounty's going to get caught out. Does now know that there is a sentry ward there, and that's a nice 500 gold going to Weehaw, who is actually deciding to go for the Soul Ring into the Bloodstone. So not going to be grabbing the Yule Scepter here. I think Bloodstone is fairly regarded as one of the better items you can grab in a pub here, so can't blame him for that. Going to be able to farm up with that quite well, and we'll see what he's going to go after that, or how that's going to benefit his team, as hopefully, if he dies a few times with that Bloodstone, perhaps, you know, could be the be-all, end-all of this game. Unfortunately, it looks like the Clinks is making a rotation over here on the Spin. He does have the Medallion, as well as 1 Mithril Hammer, but Spin's got to be very careful right now. Looks like the Clinks trying to get into the location for it, but not going to be able to do so. And Troll Warlord just going to run away from that. Does have quite a bit of damage right now, about 190 on this Clinks, and it's very scary amounts of damage, actually. Especially alongside that Medallion, reducing the armor here on Illusion Rune. Does get picked up. The Dire is starting to rotate around in their jungle. A little bit scared of going around this map globally, as Bounty Hunter is looking for the Guardian Greaves of his own here. And looks like mid lane, Lich is trying to get whatever CS he can while he can. Does have the Tranquil Boots. Moving into the Glimmer Cape next, I imagine. Probably not going to be looking for a pipe, as they don't really need it against the, maybe against the Leshrac, could help reduce some of that damage, but the Glimmer Cape certainly going to be enough to help, as Legion Commander probably going to be looking for a duel here. We do see the Earth Spirit rotating around in the jungle. Looks like maybe she could jump out and get him. They do have the ward in the jungle that does see him right here. Not for much longer though, and they do know he's somewhere around. There's the Invis Rune on the Legion Commander though, and that's pretty huge. Looks like he is pinging out for the Earth Spirit here. And there is +1. There is a Lich. If they want to spend the ultimate for it, it looks like they will. A nice bit of damage here as well. There's the blink up. Actually going to get silenced, but no, there's the zip away. He dueled him right after he casted that. And now the Legion in a bit of an odd position. There's the ult from the Earth Spirit. You got to be careful here. Does have another stone around the neutral creeps. And look at the damage that's jumping around. Weehaw jumping around with some damage from his lightning as well. Meanwhile, McGee is going to be caught over here from the Windrunner. Going to be focus fired down. And it's a 3-for-1 trade. And I'm certain they're happy with that. Mario player does have to dip out here. Does use the Force Staff to get away. And actually going for a Force Staff first, not a Maelstrom, not an Aghanim Scepter. The Force Staff actually going to be able to save him here though, so certainly he's happy with that. Clink's pressuring the bot tower here, going to be able to get that himself. Does have 1400 gold, so if he's going to grab the Deso, will have his second Mithril Hammer very soon here. Does look like he just bought something there. As the Troll Warlord is going to move for this mid tower. Weehaw going to spend the 3 points into into oh gosh, into the Diabolic Edict, not Maledict. There we go, Diabolic Edict. A little bit of jumbling words, been casting quite a bit this morning, but they are going to manage to get that tower, and that's going to be Weehaw's Bloodstone at 17 minutes. Bloodstone Tread's going to be quite happy with his attack speed, as well as his mana pool, his HP pool a little bit of regen here and there. So nice little pickup from Weehaw, and he's going to be quite confident with fighting from now on, as he is level 12. Doesn't put the second point into his ultimate just yet though. Going to use it instead for the Edict here in order to pressure the tower. There's the track on Weehaw though, so he's got to be a little bit careful. Doesn't want to give up his first Bloodstone charges, as well as a track kill. Meanwhile, there's the dual bot lane, and it will be the first damage going to this Legion Commander, and it is level 2, so it's going to be a nice 14 damage for her. And this is when you want to start being careful of that Legion Commander snowball. Meanwhile, it looks like over here the Bounty Hunter rotating around the Ancients. They don't have a Sentry Ward nearby. They do have Dust over here under the Earth Spirit. Is he going to make a play and randomly dust? It looks like that's not going to be the call. Does manage to pick up some wards here. We'll see where he's going to place them as Bounty Hunter. Just scouting out a little bit here. He's going to throw down a track. as it seems like mid lane, everything's come down a little bit. Maelstrom is going to be the second pickup over here from the Windrunner. Weehaw not going to hit the stun though. Very close, but not close enough here. And unfortunately, the Windrunner is just going to dip out after that. A smoke does get popped over here, and it looks like the Clinks is going for a Roshan as well. Alongside this Legion Commander, they've certainly got the damage. The Clink's actually almost doing it just himself. We'll see who they're going to give the Aegis to. I imagine the Clinks here. No, it's going to be the Windrunner, the only one with the slot, I think. No, the Clinks does have the slot, but he's pretty confident. The Windrunner going to be force staffing in. She does have the DD rune. We'll see if she's going to be able to make use of it. She could get a force staff. They do have a ward here, and they will see it over here on the Earth Spirit, but he's not confident taking it just yet. They're going to send the Silencer over to do so. And the Radiant, unfortunately, not going to have any of that vision mid lane anymore here. So you think maybe if it was a Blink Dagger on the Windrunner, could have gotten that kill a little bit before they lost that. But Weehaw in the jungle is getting quite efficient here, grabbing 2 camps at once. Destroying the trees with his stun here. His top lane, Spint, is trying to get whatever he can out of the lane here. Weehaw looks like he's ready to cut the creep wave, as they do have an aggressive ward here, top lane, in a lane ward. I guess you could say defensive, but looks like they are ready to push this tower, and should be enough to maybe deter any heroes. As Weehaw actually going to TP home here. Not 100% sure why. Maybe a little bit afraid of what could have happened here. We did get a line drawn top. It looks like maybe they're going for another smoke gank, as there are 3 heroes grouped up here, and the courier moving out to them. So it will be a smoke, and looks like a Shadow Blade is going to be the next item. Or no, there's the Glimmer Cape over here on the Lich. So that's going to be his next item. Finishes up the Glimmer Cape if he gets the courier sent to him. So there it is. So there's the smoke gank. It looks like they're going to make a go on somebody here. Whoever they can find realistically. Looks like it may be Weehaw in this mid lane. And this is when it's so scary for him. There's so many creeps here for the overwhelming odds. It looks like the Bounty Hunter is going to lead. And if they can get a track kill on top of this duel, it's going to be absolutely massive here. They're chasing so hard after Weehaw right now. There's the track going to be thrown down. They need the bonus move speed. Weehaw, though, going to find himself a haster. Not afraid just yet. There's the Blade Mail, though, and it looks like they will get the kill on a Weehaw. So there's a track kill. Dual damage as well as a reduction in the Bloodstone charges. So that's a lot going to the way to the Radiant there. And if we take a look at the net worth, there is a strong lead over here on the Clinks, as well as the Windrunner. Weehaw trying to farm as best he can, but the Radiant slowly increasing their lead with these track kills and these duels. Are going to be able to get a level 2 duel off yet again. So that's another 14 damage. So 28 damage over here onto this Legion Commander. Does decide to buy a Blade Mail, oddly enough, despite the lack of physical damage aside from the Troll Warlord here during the duel. But we'll be able to use it outside the duel for the lightning, the stun. A lot of, you're getting a lot out of it. And look at that. There's another track kill going the way of Clinks here, as looks like they did get it as Air Spirit's roaming by. There's the hook, missed, unfortunately for them. Not going to be able to get the hook. There's the track up under the Air Spirit, who is going to be able to maybe get a kill here. Is going to get shackled up. Not going to latch to anything, though. Weehaw's in here now. Is ready to go for it. They do have the Glimmer Cape, and it is going to save this Bounty Hunter for a little bit. Stun's actually not going to latch. There's the Global Silence being used. It looks like the Lich is going to be the one that's going down, as the Air Spirit continuing to chase here. BK20 in a little bit of an opposition. Not going to be able to do much here, and he's probably just going to have to run home here. So Weehaw just going to rotate out and push this wave mid. And the rest of his team is not too far behind him. There isn't a tower anywhere close by, and I don't think they can pressure this tier 2. So they have to be a little bit aware of their options here as Clinks. Looks like he is moving into a BKB next. Really going to be tough for the Leshrac to control him here once he picks that up, as is moving into the Yule Scepter now. Going to be a nice little pickup from him. Some physical damage from the Edict. Going to make quick work of these golems here as Weehaw moves to the next camp, which will be an Alpha Wolf and a Giant Wolf. So actually going to move into the lane here. And gonna get lightning out, and nice little creep wave for him to pick off here. Another one rotating in as well. And looks like Bit is mid lane. Does use a Cogs, looking for a ward, I believe. Not sure why he cogsed and flared there. Maybe looking to hit those out. But it looks like we do have a mega kill and another dual bot lane here. As was it a track? I believe it must have been. If we take a look, no, it's not actually showing abilities used, unfortunately. So not going to be able to see what was used. I'm sure track was used there as Bounty Hunter was nearby. And it looks like there's the hook into the mid lane. Should be able to secure the kill onto this Lich. Actually, with the Glimmer Cape, we need the dust. He's not dusting just yet. Actually, not dusting. Too late there. Maybe not going to be enough to get the kill. There's the heal from the Legion Commander. Going to be able to get the Lich health off here, but is it going to be enough? Probably not. Legion Commander does have duel in another 15 seconds. We've got a track over here on a bit. The last jump from the Legion, or excuse me, from the Lich, could it be enough here? Is it? Maybe. No. It looks like no, they're not going to be able to get the kill. They turn around and Max. They're not aware of what's going on. There's the shackle on it too. A beautiful shackle from the Windrunner, as well as the power shot to follow up here as Clinks is running away. Doesn't have his BKB out just yet. He can't get seen. He can't get seen. Is it going to be enough to get the kill? Yes, it looks like he's going to go down here. So there's the mega kill going the way of the Leshrac and about 800 gold here. Meanwhile, BK20 has to be a little bit careful Going to take some damage over here from the Troll Warlord. The mech going to be enough to keep him alive for just a little bit longer there in that team fight. And imagine if they would have been able to get that kill in the bounty. Would have been a very good team fight going their way, but only going to be able to get the clinks here. And unfortunately for them, going to lose 2 in the process there, as Weehaw is the one getting the kill though, so it does manage to get some more bloodstone charges. Aegis will be reclaimed here on the Windrunner. Didn't make too much use of it, as Weehaw does have 1,500 gold just spent. It looks like he's going to be going for a Shiva's next, or it's actually a Ghost Scepter, so not going for the plate mail. And he's going to be going for a Ghost Scepter, so nice little pickup from him. Certainly going to be useful over here against the Clinks, as well as the Legion Commander and the Windrunner. So going to be a nice little time waster for him. Going to be able to prevent his death for a little bit longer here, while still outputting some damage of his own. And it looks like he's ready to make a rotation mid lane. They don't have a gem just yet. They're just carrying a lot of dust here, and they are going to track up Weehaw. Get a lot of vision, as it looks like the Troll Warlord is going to move over towards the Ancients. Does use himself to debuff, or to get rid of the track here. And move into the jungle of the farm. As top lane, we do have Legion Commander split pushing a little bit, moving into a BKB of her own here. And probably going to be the item of choice here. 24 minutes in, about 40 kills, so not doing too bad in terms of kill score. A little bit slow here. Certainly slowed down considering the heroes we've got, the Bounty, the Clinks, and the Legion. But it's been a fun game so far, as we are still managing to lead here. Doesn't have track, doesn't have the kills, and really he's still managing to lead here. Legion Commander, though, looks like the pings are coming out. There are some rotations top from quite a few heroes from the Radiant here. It looks like 3 heroes rotating top. Not going to be able to find Weehaw, though. Just going to dip back behind his tower alongside a couple of heroes on his team, as Lich still pressuring out this mid lane. We've seen him be doing that a lot. Clockwork, he's in the back of the tower, though. It looks like maybe you want to make a go here. He is looking for a medallion of his own after picking up the blade mail. They do throw down an observer ward right beside the sentry, but the sentry's just about to run out, and they shouldn't worry about that getting dewarded. Another sentry mid lane, actually too far off from this creep, or excuse me, from that ward, as Spint is moving into the enemy jungle. Weehaw, what a player, going to be buying a gem here. Knows his team can't really afford to do so, but they do need it up against 2 Invis units and a Glimmer Cape. So they're going to do that. Looks like Troll Warlord is going to spend his ultimate, only level 2 ulti, and he is going to be looking towards these Ancients here. So going to be grabbing that. Not a stack, unfortunately, for him, but at the very least going to be getting something here. As there's the hook out over here onto the Clinks. A long range hook, almost full range there, and he is going to hold him down for a little bit. Earth Spirit's going to rotate in as well. The dust is going to be used, and both heroes are dusted. There's the Global Silence being used, as well as the ult from the Earth Spirit. Can they follow it up? It looks like Weehaw a little bit too far behind. Does have the Yule Scepter move speed, but it's not going to be enough, as BKB is going to be picked up from the Legion. Without a global now, the Dire does have to be very careful here. They are going to deward with this gem, so nice little dewards from them, as this game's getting very choppy right now. Reborn not having too much fun with any of the replays since this last update here. As it looks like mid lane, BK20 sitting at about half HP, is regenerating up quite a bit here, and it looks like he'll be moving into the Guardian Greaves next, I imagine. We do have another medallion over here on the Clockwork now, as we've got double medallion over here on the Radiant, so they're going to be using a couple of those in the team fights, and not the worst choice. You know, 2 medallions, not bad whatsoever. You can use it on 2 different heroes. Obviously, you can't stack it on the same one. That'd be pretty disgusting. But it looks like Weehaw could be in a little bit of an odd position here. Knows he's fairly safe thanks to the Observer Ward, and looks like he's going to be pretty confident just sitting around here and running around mid lane. As Spint doing the same. Just going to be trying taking whatever farm from the jungle that he possibly can. Weehaw, I'm sure, would have liked some of this for himself, but not going to be able to get any, as looks like there was the attempt of a stack here or something here. Weehaw going to clear this out quite quickly with that level 3 ulti and just move into the lane here alongside his Troll Warlord. A lot of the a lot of the Radiant smoked up. Looks like they want to make it go into the jungle. They know where a lot of the heroes are, and Weehaw is nowhere nearby with this gem, so they've got to be careful. The smoke obviously not going to show any of these heroes just yet, and it looks like now Purple is pinging it out. The Lich, look at the damage too. 3, there's the last hit to get the kill. The BKB being spent as well. Do we have another track? Yes, we do. It looks like the Courier is going to go down as well. The Legion Commander, the Lich ult, could it be enough to maybe get the kill onto this Earth Spirit? It looks like no, but just look at the damage. Weehaw and Troll Warlord in the background, and that's 2 track kills for absolutely free on the Radiant side. And it looks like they're continuing to chase over here up against Spin. It looks like there's the force step from the Windrunner. She still wants it as the face boost. Windrun Spin gonna have to sell something and buy a TP. It looks like he will, and it's not gonna be enough. Is the shackle gonna come out? Yes, no. Oh no, so close. It looks like she started to throw it and then auto attacked after. I'm not sure what happened there, but not gonna be able to get a Troll Warlord getting out by the skin of his teeth there, as Blink Dagger is gonna be the pickup from the bounty. So not gonna finish up the Greaves here. Certainly think that would have helped out their game, as Dyer is going to do a little bit of dewarding. Roshan's going to be up in about 50 seconds here. And Weehaw is going to be looking to spot it out. Not going to find any Observer Ward up here, though. So it seems like they are going to go up there with the Earth Spirit. Not going to get it. And he's going to have to wait another 10 seconds-ish before he can jump down again. Klink's mid lane is going to eat one of his own creeps. Rotate into the enemy jungle. And we'll see if he's going to be able to... See if he's going to be able to find anybody there. It looks like they're just going to rotate to this mid tower here and pressure that out of Sandfish. Close by here. Looks like getting a mechanism of his own. A little bit far off himself, though. As it looks like we do have a TP bot lane from the Legion Commander. So, looks like this game, if we take a look at the graphs here, the Radiant quite far ahead, about 10k ahead. 7.5k over there, and it looks like maybe they're going to be able to get a kill on BK20. Klinks is nearby as well. Has to be a little bit careful. They do have that gem on a Weehaw, and a nice solo kill from him. Meanwhile, Troll Warlord, he's going to actually ult through this Legion ult and just give her free damage. Weehaw is going to blink up here. Is he going to be able to catch this Legion? It looks like maybe no. She's just going to blink out and be quite alright here, as Weehaw is going to get blocked up a little bit from this Alpha Wolf, and he's just going to move in to take some of these creep camps. So he is tracked up here. Not going to use it off, though. Is just about to end here. Is going to be able to get these units through the Fog of War here. Not going to need to see them in order to get them. Legion Commander, meanwhile, is still bot lane. And with that Blade Mail, going to be pretty thankful that the Troll Warlord pretty much killed himself there. And now she's got 74 damage. Pretty much a double damage rune in terms of bonus damage here. And it looks like now they may find this Klinks. They do see him. There's the Eul Scepter up. They've got the Global, I believe. There it is. He is going to BKB through it, though, so should have saved it for a little bit longer here. As there's, look at the right clicks from the Klinks. Going to be enough to kill the Silencer in about 2 hits. They have no Bounty Hunter track up just yet. There's the hook over here on a Mario player. Going to get stunned up as well. Weehaw nearby. Going to be able to output enough damage through the Windrun with his magic damage. Meanwhile, Bit is going to Force Staff out of that Lich ulti. Not going to be enough to kill him just yet. And he is going to be able to get away scot-free here, it seems, as it is going to be a 2-for-1. The Windrunner going to be one going down. Meanwhile, the Klinks has to be careful. Weehaw, there's the blink up. So close right now. The Eul Scepter not going to be able to catch him, though, and there's 3 Invis units mid. As Weehaw just going to be hanging around the high ground here. Looks like he does want to make a go on it, but he's got to be careful. There's so many people around. He's just going to lead with the stun. They do have a lot of bonus HP over here onto this Clockwork, onto this Klinks, as it looks like they baited Weehaw perfectly here. He's going to blink in and go down. No, the Troll Warlord actually, they're going to get 2 kills here. So a nice bait from both teams. Troll Warlord tipping in, and it looks like the dust is going to be enough. They're going to keep the gem on their side, and that's going to be a 3-for-1. We are going to be pretty confident with that. Does manage to get the EXP as well from the Bloodstone. He does die there, but the Bloodstone going to offer him a little bit of EXP, and he's still got a fair amount of charges, 8 charges here, so nice for him there, as looks like they're going to put the gem on the courier, give it back to Weehaw, I imagine here is the mechanism. No, the BKB is getting finished up on the Troll Warlord now, and he's going to be a force to reckon with. Going to be fairly hard to kite him out, as they did have him tracked up until he jumped into the trees line there. As looks like not going to be able to get the BKB in time here, and now he's got to be careful. There's the hook in from the Clockwork. Troll Warlord, is he going to make it go the lifesteal? Is it going to beat up the BKB being spent? He's still alive, 100 HP, and he's going to live. Oh, what a blunder. Barely surviving. The Windrunner not going to be enough to get the kill. The Lich on the other side getting hooked, not going to be able to help out the Windrunner in any way, and they're actually going to go down, so this is going to start dipping the graph, and look at that 10k, and it is starting to dip greatly here for the Dire. Still at quite a loss here. There's the Eul's up, and it looks like this is going to be a very dead Bounty Hunter. That blink up is so much damage. It looks like Troll Warlord's going to be going for a Roshan here. He is going to spend his ultimate lifesteal up a bunch while the Silencer tries to tank here. They do have the Troll creep here as well, and it looks like the Troll Warlord with the nice attack speed here is going to be able to do so. And look at how much HP from the Dominator that he does have on this Troll creep. It looks like maybe they're going to be able to get this regen rune over here onto the Silencer. Going to be able to use some of his mana here with the glaives, and he's going to be quite alright with this. They are going to give it to the Troll Warlord here, who does have the S and Y and now the Aegis, so this is the power peak that the Dire is certainly going to be looking to make use of. Weehaw is going to TP top lane, pressure that out, and perhaps look to push mid after this, or top at the very least. There's 2 catapults here. There's the Solar Crest being finished up over here on the Clockwork, and a Solar Crested Troll Warlord with S and Y BKB helm is definitely going to be hard to kill despite the farm you've got on your Klinks and your Legion. It looks like they're making a line out over here for Weehaw, so he does have to be careful. Doesn't want to give up this gem. Looks like he is going to back. He knows there is a tier 1 top still. He's got to be careful. The rest of his team not far off, but still far enough that they can't really help out if they want to here. Weehaw does see, no he doesn't actually. I don't believe he saw the Klinks there, so he does have to be a little bit careful here. Does blink towards the creep and get that jungle camp, as does notice one is missing, so probably going to just make a beeline here for getting out of the jungle. It does feel it's safe enough over here now that the rest of his team is nearby, and is just making short work of this jungle here as the Radiant is all smoked up top lane. No, actually, just Invis here. Legion Commander going to TP bot lane, and they didn't get anything done here, so they wanted to pressure Weehaw out. He's quite comfortable with just sitting in his jungle, and now it looks like the rest of his team is going to be pushing out the racks here. So Weehaw in the jungle looking for somebody. They know somebody was there, but not going to be able to catch them out here, as he is going to TP bot, perhaps look for a solo kill onto this Legion. A lot of farm bot lane, and yeah, really a lot of farm. Another creep wave coming in as well, so Legion Commander pinging out bot lane. They do have a ward here, seeing where the Legion is exactly, and it looks like Weehaw maybe being a little bit careful. They've got the clockwork right behind him, though, so he can be aggressive here if he wants to, and there it is. They do catch him. A long distance hook, the blink it from Weehaw. The blade mill spent from the clockwork, not from the Legion just yet, and that's a nice kill. 500 gold going the way of the Leshrac. So Weehaw really starting to pull ahead here, and look at that dip. 1,200 net worth, and the Dire's gonna say, yeah, so what? Net worth means nothing. Weehaw playing, you know, a hero some would have a problem with, and it looks like it's really paying dividends this game. Really carrying this game. 12-4 right now. And their team is seriously coming back here. Troll Warlord is going to manage to get the tower. It looks like maybe they want to make a go on him, though. Here's the Clinks as well as the Bounty Hunter. He's got so much armor, though. And HP from this S and Y. The Windrunner is just going to kill this creep. Going to spend her ulti. She's got the egg, so why not? As bot lane, looks like they're going to be able to pull them all top and get this bot tower. They've got to be careful here. They could lose Rack Spot. They've got a beeline at home. As Clinks doesn't have a TP. Windrunner, does she have a TP? She doesn't have a TP. BK20 doesn't have a TP here. And looks like the Dire isn't really aware of this. Just going to drop it at that. Going to stack up a little bit of a creep wave here as Weehaw moves over to the jungle. And waiting for the Troll Warlord here, I imagine, as they do still have a stronger 5-man fight. He is going to grab the Illusion Rune. Perhaps try to bait a little bit out with that. Maybe a duel. Perhaps a Lich Ultimate even if they're lucky. And Lich Ultimate is going for the Aghanim Scepter here. Look at that item. Leshrac does manage to pick up the Octarine Core, and he's going to be outputting a lot of damage, a lot of lower cooldowns here. It's going to be really hard to control Leshrac now. He's got 2.3k HP, 2.6k in that mana pool, and look at that. Maybe going to kill the Legion. No, the BKB is going to have to be spent, but realistically, do you even care? Dual Scepter on a lower cooldown as well here. Blink Dagger on a lower cooldown as well. So it looks like maybe the Lich is going to be the next target here. They are going to get the lightning to jump, as the Glimmer Cape is going to prevent a lot of damage output from this Weehaw, and it looks like is going to be going over towards this Rax. The hook, did that seriously miss? That hook should have been a fantastic one, and it looks like they're ready to make a go for the Rax here. Weehaw going to really start pressuring up here. Does have a lot of HP. Troll Warlord, the one with the Aegis, not going to be that far up here. As the blink out from Weehaw going to prevent that right click. Maybe they're going to make a go onto the clicks here. He does manage to get caught out. The Glimmer Cape and the BKB, the Lich Ultimate. They are going to duel on a Weehaw here. Do they have enough to keep him alive? The Global Silence. Weehaw going to get eaten alive, but the Legion going to be the same fate for her here. She does manage to get the duel victory, as the Shackle not going to be able to latch here. The Earth Spirit is just going to dip out now. Bit caught in an odd position himself. Does have the Force Staff to get out if he needs it. Could potentially turn around and get a kill over here onto this. At least the Lich is going to go down. The Bounty Hunter not going to go down here as well. Spint is very low right now. Doesn't want to get killed. He does have the Aegis actually, so maybe he can afford to do so. The gem on the high ground here. They are pinging it out, I believe. There's the Force Staff up from the Clockwork. He's going to Force Staff for a hooker. Meanwhile, the Clinks is over here. The Troll Warlord just runs away, and they're going to get the gem in a one team fight here, so they're going to be quite happy with that, as it looks like the Silencer is going to make a go over here onto this Clinks, and they've got to be careful. It looks like the blink up over here from the Bounty Hunter going to track up the Silencer. It looks like maybe they're going to want to go. Weehaw, though, he's going to TP in. He's going to get maybe ulted from this Windrunner. Not going to be enough to kill him, though, and now he's going to make a go over here onto this Clinks. Going to be running up quite quickly here. Does have the stun on top of that Yule Scepter, and that is a dead Clinks. And what buybacks do they have? Only on the Clinks. The Bounty Hunter has to TP all the way home. He doesn't have enough HP, and this is going to be Rax. No Windrunner for 50 seconds. Clinks can buy back, but he does have his BKB at the very least. He's going to spend the buyback. They don't have the fort, though, and a wasted buyback here. Do they have a gem? They do have dust, and Weehaw probably going to use it soon. There he is. He's going to be able to get a kill. No, the Ghost Scepter is going to be enough to keep him alive. Maybe the BKB, though. The man fight up from the Troll Warlord. Look at these bashes. Are you kidding me? The Glimmer Cape is going to be enough, and now the Lich ulti doesn't want it to bounce to the rest of his teammates. Has to be careful. He doesn't have the Aegis anymore. The Aegis expired. It looks like he's just... Oh, wait, no, he died earlier with that Aegis, I believe. Oh, I have no idea what is happening right now. Did the Aegis expire there? They managed to get one Rax. Don't manage to get the range Rax just yet, though. 32, 38 minutes in here. As it looks like the Legion Commander is going to pick up an invis. How many invis has she got in this game, really? Too many to count, it seems. As BK20 is going to start moving through the jungle here. Does have 3.7k, so it'll be interesting to see what he wants to go for. As they are still moving through the jungle. Not going to be able to find anything, though. The rest of the Dire is in the mid lane. Weehaw going to get solar crested up here. Does have the gem again, though, so is going to be able to find the Legion, who is looking for the duel. Not going to be able to do so, though. And it looks like there's the Yule Scepter. The Earth Spirit going to be able to catch out a couple of heroes here as well with his ultimate. If only he just dips in, and it looks like they're just going to be okay with baiting the BKB. A hook in from the Clockwork as well as the Global Silence, so they're quite confident with this fight. Legion Commander BKB just about over. There's the Force Staff on a Weehaw. Does have the Lightning to slow him down. No, the Blink out from 123, though, and it looks like it could be enough to help secure him his life, as Weehaw is going to spend the Yules on himself. There's the ult from the Windrunner, and look at this. Weehaw's going to get absolutely eaten alive on top of a few BKBs here. Bit's going to be the next target. He's going to go down as well. And it looks like maybe, just maybe, this is now going to be racks for the Radiant. They're pinging it out. They know the damage potential they've got here. Bot lane, they do lose the range racks. The TP homes over here from the Windrunner. And they need her ultimate. They sincerely needed her to pressure this racks. They've got the Clinks. And they've got the Legion. But is it going to be enough? Weehaw does have buyback. Or he's just up in 30 seconds here. Can they hold off for 30 seconds? They've got the Fortify. Looks like they will spend it. Spint has to be careful, though. Can't die here. Does have buyback if he wants to spend it, but really doesn't want to here. Current Cold. Take a look at it. Bounty Hunter actually leading here. Meanwhile, Spint is taking quite a bit of damage. Weehaw really doesn't want to buy back here. It looks like he may have to, though, or they're just going to trade the racks here, as it seems like that's going to be the play. They're only going to trade the range racks. There's the TP, or excuse me, the blink in from the Legion. The ult from the Troll Warlord here. The dust going to be spent. The Legion going to ult the Troll, but look at the damage. Is he going to be able to kill her before the duel ends? It looks like no, but at the very least she is going to go down. Looks like Weehaw does actually manage to be the one to get the kill here. 385 gold going towards him, and it looks like they are going to be able to pick off this courier. The Scythe of Vice, no, it's going to be caught over here before the courier goes down, and it's a DD Scythe of Vice. Maybe could turn around and get a kill on a Weehaw, though. Weehaw's got to be a little bit careful. Doesn't have the gem anymore. Yet again, going to be able to lose that, and a lot of voids being picked up over here from this bounty hunter. Those 3 observers, 3 sentries as well. They're saying, actually, no, we've got a gem. We don't need sentries. What are we doing? Surprisingly enough, not finishing the Guardian Greaves just yet. And there's the Butterfly finished up on the Troll Warlord. Weehaw is caught out, and it is a double damage here. And this could be a dead Weehaw. There's the Sheep up, and look who's here as well. The Windrunner, the hook, not going to be enough to help secure his life. There's the Blade Mail, but the BKB is going to help prevent a lot of that damage. Meanwhile, the Windrunner is going to be the next target here. And now the Cleeks has to be careful. There it is. The Dust as well as the Cogs is going to help secure the kill, and there's a double kill here. Good shift from Weehaw, and look at this. A free Roshan for the Dire here. They're just going to walk right in, and they've got no way to prevent this from happening here. So the Radiant, unfortunately for them, it is, they don't have this racks actually, so I was going to say it isn't even racks count, but no, they actually go for the range racks, not the melee racks, and that means the lane isn't even going to push that hard here. As it seems they are going to rotate top with an Invis smoked Legion Commander, but nobody's there, and a little bit odd that you'd think somebody would be in the jungle with nobody up. Weehaw down, excuse me, with Weehaw down, and nobody on the map after taking a Roshan. You wouldn't expect him to be top lane, and that is a wasted smoke, which could prove to kind of screw over the Radiant here, as they do need these later on for getting smoke ganks potentially coming back in this game, as that's going to be one of the tools they're going to use. Meanwhile, there's the hook over on the BK20. They already find the Bounty Hunter, and that's a huge find for them, as if they can take him out of the fight, they don't have to be worried about the track. Meanwhile, there's the duel, actually going to be able to win it, and they are going to get rid of the Aegis, but it looks like, where's the blink over here from Weehaw? Right into the middle of the fight. They are going to be able to get the Lich ult off before the Global Silence, and it looks like the Lich should go down here, though. The bounces are very favorable so far. Does the Lich have Aghanims? He does, so it's going to bounce continuously. Meanwhile, Bit could go down here. Does have the Blade Mail on, but it looks like he should be the next target here. They do have the blink up from the Legion if they want to spend it, but Weehaw with a blink of his own looks like he is going to get shackled here from this Windrunner. She's going to go down, though. She's got to be careful. She's got to be so careful. The BKB spent. Now she's got to back up, and this is going to be another racks over here for the Dire, and it looks like this game potentially could be over. It looks like they're ready over here, and this could be the end of the game. No bounty, no Lich for 30 seconds each. And what damage do they have? They've got no BKBs anymore. The Windrunner is going to blink in. She's going to throw the Shackle on Weehaw, who's going to blink away from it. Not going to be able to latch on a couple of heroes here. Weehaw, no, excuse me, Sandfish actually going to be hexed up, and it looks like now this is a poor position for all these heroes. There's the Yule Scepter onto the Legion. She's going to go down, give the dual damage over here to the Troll Warlord, and that's going to be almost certainly game, as every hero is now dead. And 43 minutes in, we finally finished the game. And what a game it was. Look at this net worth chart. 12K in favor of the Radiant thanks to the tracks. And they're going to bring it back. So Weehaw with a fantastic game. That gem doing work. And looks like they're going to turn it around for themselves. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed this cast. A little bit, you know, probably not one of my better ones. I was, you know, casting all morning. So not really on point right now. A little bit hungry. So I'll probably eat and continue to cast after this, so watch out for those ones. I'm sure they'll be far better. Thanks again for watching, and good job by Weehaw for helping his team win this pub. Hey everyone, thanks for checking out the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to check out some of my other videos. I have my series from lane to lane where I just cast some everyday pubs that you guys send me. I also do some more professional pubs like games from Koikva, Miracle, whoever I can get my hands on from Dodo Buff. I have a learning series as well, so feel free to check that out. There's some more info in the description, as well as some videos linked in the annotations at the end here. Thanks a lot.